On March 31st, 2024, while on patrol, deputies observed a vehicle driving recklessly at speeds exceeding 80 miles per hour in a 55 miles per hour zone and conducted a traffic stop.
Hold on, he's braking.
You can put me on that assistant one more.
616 traffic. Ma'am?
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Here, you got your license, registration, proof of insurance?
Sir, I'm trying to find it right now. Here's my license.
Thank you, ma'am. You know why I stopped you?
No, sir.
No? You were driving pretty fast. You know what the speed limit is here?
I see it says 55.
You were doing upwards of 80. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Do you have your registration?
I don't think so. I don't know what it looks like.
Okay. Well, just do me a favor. Just see if you can't find it. I'm just going to go back here and run this, make sure everything's good on our end, okay?
Yes, sir.
Up to this point, everything is still within the realm of a standard traffic stop. The officer is calm, the driver is cooperative, at least on the surface, and the likely outcome here, a citation or maybe even a warning. But here's something important. Driving 25 miles over the speed limit, especially while weaving through traffic, can legally qualify as reckless driving in many jurisdictions. That's not just a ticket, that's a criminal charge. Still, notice the officer's tone. He's not escalating. He's giving her time, space, and opportunity to comply. So the real question is what happens next that flips this from routine enforcement into a full-blown arrest.
All right, so just hang tight and see if you can't find that registration, all right?
I can't. You want to ask why?
Yeah, you need to try.
Why? Am I going to go to jail? Why am I? No.
Just hand me your keys. Just hand me your keys. Hey,
What are you doing?
Give me your keys.
No!
Give me your keys. Ma'am, give me your keys.
Get away from me!
Give me your keys.
Get away from me!
Give me your keys.
He has
Ma'am.
my keys! He has my keys! Mom!
No one has your keys. Step out of the vehicle. Unbuckle. Step out of the vehicle.
Hey, get away
Ma'am,
from me!
unbuckle. Step out of the vehicle. Step out of the vehicle.
Get away from me!
Step out of the vehicle.
Ow!
Step out of the
You
vehicle.
don't let me go so that I can get out!
Move your hand.
Hey
Move your hand.
Siri, call Auntie Pooh!
Step out of the vehicle. Step out of the
Okay?
vehicle.
You're dragging me out of the
Because you're not
car!
listening.
No, that's not how you
Put your hands behind your back.
Hey!
Put your hands behind your back.
Hey! What are y'all doing?
Why are you not listening?
And just like that, everything changes. This is the critical turning point. When an officer gives what's considered a lawful command, like handing over keys or stepping out of the vehicle, refusing to comply can quickly escalate into obstruction or resisting charges. From the driver's perspective, fear and confusion seem to be taking over. But legally speaking, the officer now has grounds to act. The intensity you're seeing here isn't random, it's a direct response to not. The big question for you, if you were in that moment, would you have complied immediately, even if you didn't fully understand why?
Let go of the phone. Let go of the phone.
Oh my gosh, please!
Huh?
Ow! Please help!
Just relax.
No, what are you
Relax.
guys doing?
You're not listening.
Why am I under arrest? Why am I under arrest? Ah! Hey Siri, call Auntie Pooh! Hey Siri, call Auntie Pooh!
616, I get 94.
Oh my gosh!
Show me 11015 female.
What are y'all doing? What am I being arrested for?
At this point, obstruction and reckless driving.
Obstruction of what?
Stay right here. Come here.
Sir, what am I doing?
Here's where things get legally significant. The officer clearly states the charges: reckless driving and obstruction. Obstruction doesn't necessarily mean violence, it can simply mean interfering with an officer's duties. But as a situation escalates physically, that charge can evolve into something more serious, like resisting with violence. Notice the disconnect. She's repeatedly asking why, while the officers are focused on control and compliance. This communication breakdown is a textbook example of how quickly situations can spiral when both sides aren't aligned. So who bears more responsibility here, the officer enforcing the law or the driver questioning it in the moment?
Oh my goodness, what are you guys doing right now?
You're under arrest
Why am I under arrest?
for reckless driving and obstruction.
Obstruction of what?
Because you didn't listen to a lawful order.
How?
I told you give me your keys.
I asked you why.
You don't have to know. You don't have to know.
Why don't I have to know? What? Can you please let me call somebody?
We're past that at this point.
What did I do to you? You're jog walking me outside of my car. What did I do to you? What am I being arrested for? Oh my gosh.
You have an email pick one first search.
Just go through that car for me.
No, what are y'all doing? Hey, stop slamming me in the car.
No one's slamming you.
Yes, you are.
Slamming you.
Yes, you are. I'm
Just
not
relax.
doing anything.
Just relax.
No, I'm not doing anything. But why are you searching my car? You cannot search
You're
my
under
car.
arrest.
No, explain it to me now. Explain it to me now.
Checking the grass and the keys are covered.
What am I under arrest for?
Reckless driving and obstruction.
Obstruction of what, sir?
Failing to listen to law.
What lawful command did you give me that I didn't listen to?
Told you to give me your keys, and then when we told you to step out, you refused to do so.
You guys were already coming up on my car on both sides. What
It
do you
doesn't
do?
matter. You're under arrest.
Arrest for what?
Drink.
I'm not understanding what you're talking about at
I want
all.
you to have the drink.
I haven't been drinking, sir.
This female, she's going to search you. Do you have anything illegal on your person that she needs to know about? What she does?
No.
Do you have anything on you? You have anything concealed in your undergarments or in your pockets?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna check, okay? Separate your feet for me.
You just asked me to separate them. I am. You don't have to kick my ankle.
Okay, alright. She's good. Is she going in your car?
Guy, you want to put her in ours? Yes. It's right over here.
At this stage, the arrest is fully underway and procedure takes over. You'll notice a search being conducted. This is standard following an arrest to ensure officer safety and check for contraband. What stands out here is how quickly the situation moved from confusion to full custodial control. And here's the reality. Once you reach this point, your options become extremely limited. The roadside is not the place to argue your case. That's what court is for. So let's ask the tough question. Did her actions justify this outcome, or did this escalate more than it should have?
Absolutely.
Can I please
Come
call
on
my
back over
aunt?
here. Not yet. Come back over here.
Can I get my stuff, please?
Nope. We're gonna go around to the passenger side.
Stay tight for a minute, all right?
What stuff did you want?
My phone.
Your phone?
Yes.
Okay. You have a purse or anything in there?
No.
Okay. Hang tight. Huh?
I do have my purse, but I need my phone.
Okay. You don't get your phone.
I have multiple things in here.
Okay. They're not going anywhere.
During transport, the situation continued to escalate when the woman's uncle arrived and demanded answers from deputies about why she had been arrested.
Step in there, call you right there. You can tell me why
I don't have to tell
you. You don't have to. You're right. You don't have to.
I'm not
You
going
don't have to. We're not going to do this tit for tat, all right? I came
All right.
down here to ask you a question.
Yeah,
Maybe you was the wrong one I should have talked to when I got out.
Yep.
All right?
Okay. You can.
Sir, what can I help you with?
Yes, I'm trying to figure out. I just got a call. My niece traveling from Pasco back to Sarasota is being arrested.
Correct.
And I drove all the way down here. I'm trying to find out why.
Sure.
I'm driving the highway to see why.
Yeah, I can tell
Then
you.
once I see, could you please tell me if you don't mind?
Absolutely. So your niece was traveling at 25 miles per hour over the speed limit, weaving between heavy congested US 19 traffic, causing dangers to other vehicles on the roadway.
Okay.
We conducted a traffic stop on the vehicle, complete cordial encounter. Our initial intent was to release her with what's called a notice to appear, which is like a ticket to show up for court.
Okay.
All right. At that time, I asked her to hand me her keys for the vehicle because of the nature of how she was driving, and I didn't want her to drive away from us. It was a lawful request. She refused that lawful request. I asked her multiple times without getting in her car, without pulling her out of the car. She continued to refuse. At that time, I told my partner, Officer Compador, to go ahead and have her exit the vehicle. I attempted to pull the keys out of the vehicle. She swatted my hand away to try and keep me from pulling the key out. I still pulled the key out. We went.
Now we're hearing the officer's side of the story, and this is crucial. According to him, the plan was never to arrest her. He explicitly mentions a notice to appear, essentially a ticket requiring a court appearance instead of jail time. But everything changed when she refused commands and allegedly swatted at the officer's hand. That single moment, if accurate, can legally justify a much more serious charge, resisting with violence. This is where intent versus reaction becomes key. Did she knowingly resist, or was she reacting out of panic? And does that distinction matter in the eyes of the law?
Pulled her out of the vehicle, placed her under arrest. She's currently under arrest for reckless driving and resisting an officer with violence. And speeding.
Speeding, resisting arrest, and what else?
And reckless driving.
Let me have your, do you have a card?
Sure, I can get you a card.
Let me get your card, because I'm going to write all this down and all that. And that was very simple. That's all I need.
Intention on giving you a call back as soon as we were done here, because our first priority is getting her up to the jail, getting our paperwork completed, and then I had every intention on calling you, okay? However, right, we don't owe you an explanation because she's an adult, right? She made her own choices, right?
But this was simple. You see that?
I understand, but you have to understand that.
I understand all of that, man.
Tensions are high, man. My recommendation going forward, right, if you have any kind of relationship with her, understand this would have not ended in an arrest. That officer, that's my partner, he's in training right now. I'm training him. I had every intention on explaining to him that she probably, because she has a clean driving record.
Right.
I said, we're going to release her probably with an NTA. That's what I was going to tell him, up until she resisted and wouldn't follow simple instructions. So it would, if you have a relationship with her, I would advise that you tell her that this could have all been avoided, and now she has a criminal record. So I will absolutely get you a card with all of our information on it. All right.
Record, man. That's why I'm sitting there like.
But again, there was no. We were cordial with her from the get-go. 25 over the speed limit. She was going 80 in the 55, weaving between cars.
All right, and she was
southbound on US 19.
Right.
Going over the hump. Over 49th Street.
Right here, 49.
Yep. Absolutely. You got a card?
Yep.
Cool. You got all the info on it?
Yep.
Okay, so this Officer Comprador, he's the primary officer, okay? I'm Officer Guy, I'm his field training officer. That's Officer Buckins. She was assisting with.
This case is a powerful reminder of how quickly everyday situations can escalate into life-altering events. What began as a speeding violation, serious but manageable, ended with charges including reckless driving and resisting an officer with violence. The officer maintains that arrest was avoidable, while the driver's reactions suggest fear and confusion. Legally, the key takeaway is simple. Compliance during a stop can drastically affect the outcome, even if you plan to challenge the situation later in court. But beyond legality, this raises deeper questions about communication, trust, and how authority is exercised in high-pressure moments. So now we turn it over to you. Who do you think was in the wrong here? Could this have been handled differently on either side? If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button. Share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.